Hang on. Wait, Blairy. Blairy.
Oh,
Hang on one sec.
oh no, Aaron. Hmm. Well, boys, let's just get this underway. I'm going solo at the moment. I don't know what's going on with Aaron. Oh no, 4 live viewers. Miscommunication. We've got Lamar on screen. All right, let's log him in, boys. Week 3, we are up to. Here we go. We're live. Let's just get a bit up and about here. Lamar Jackson is on the screen. One of the great fantasy players. There's a man in Div 3 that traded for him last week in what was a very, very big trade. Now, I know my league Div 1 probably doesn't really care, but let's just fucking talk about it quickly anyway while we wait for Aaron. What is he doing? Anyway, one of the boys in Div 3 has Josh Allen now and Lamar Jackson. It is a sickening sight, but the rest of his team is very depleted. And I just want to say out there, well done, Lizard, because you've absolutely fleeced Nick, I reckon. I reckon Nick's done. Anyway, while we wait for Aaron, let's move on to the authority. Let's get going. I've had a shocking start to the season. Absolutely deplorable. I am 0-2 in Division 1. I'm 0-2 in Division 2. And I'm 0-2 in Division 3. Oh, look who it is. Fuck me swinging. I've just been talking for 3 minutes.
Started the show without me.
Sorry?
Started the show without me.
Well, I don't know what you wanted to do.
That's all right. It was the worst timing you could possibly have.
Can you take over? I've just been rubbish to start this.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Rubbish.
Well, let's get it kicked off then, eh? Welcome to the Unanimous Authority. That's right, we are the authority on all things in our home league. It has been a bit of a bumpy start. I'm home alone with the kids. And when the kids scream out needing you, you got to go and check the kids. So I missed the start of the show just as we were going live. I do apologise for that. But we're back now, hopefully back on track for the night. I don't know how Blairy's gone to start us off, but
Poorly.
probably not that well knowing him. That's fine. Week 3. Blairy, as I've got to do every week, welcome our commissioner. Blairy, hit your music. And it is
That wasn't what I was after.
oh,
Real flattening too, because I was after this.
To cry out loud, she runs to the street and she screams, what about me? It isn't fair, I've had enough
See, that's a lot of O's, Aaron.
Yeah.
What
You're
about me, mate?
0-2 in our league, Blairy. How's it feel?
Fucking pathetic. The worst part about it is I lost to you
No, I love that.
in the authority matchup, and it came down to Cole Pitts and the kicker, and a fucking stupid defense that didn't. Well, sorry, the Steelers player, your man Caleb Johnson, left the ball in the end zone, and you won by that score.
Yep. Great pickup. And that's why, your sit starts and your streams of the week are very, very important because they just might be the difference between winning and losing. I think the Seahawks are a stout defence all round. And clearly they've shown, hey, they can make the most of their opportunities on special teams. So I don't apologise for that at all, Blairy. You did put up a good score, but you got to put up the best score in a matchup. That's how it works. That's how it works. But
I had a good score though. I should have one win. I should have a win.
good score, or the best score. I've also heard, Blairy, not a lot of victories around the grounds in other leagues too, Blairy. Boys down in Div 3 tell me 0-2, bottom of the ladder. At last, I've heard. So
There's only one spot worse than 9th in Division 1. That's 10th in Division 3. Fucking hell.
It's a nightmarish start for you, but not surprised. Not surprised, to be honest. About time.
Five rings, Aaron.
Time. 5 rings, don't give me that crap. All right, Blairy. Well, we're going to kick our show off with one of my favourite segments. It's been around for since the dawn of time. We need to go to some news and notes from around the league, Blairy. Hit my music.
Welcome into Channel 9 News. This is Peter Hitchener.
Breaking news. Blairy, news and notes from around the league. It's been a big week for injuries. Big week for injuries.
Mate, quarterbacks dropping like flies.
It's not ideal.
Joe Shiesty, Joey Brrr, Joe Burrow himself. Good night, Irene. Season over. Dust particles. Dusty GGs. Whatever you want to say. He's finished.
That's
And which is it's extremely disappointing across many leagues. Just fantasy in general, you don't want that. And this is his 5th season, Aaron, and he's now had 3 of those seasons destroyed by season-ending injuries. If that's not a sign, oh boy.
Yeah, no, it's not ideal. I did see some stats looking at Andrew Luck through the first same period of his career and how many hits and sacks he'd taken. And Joe Burrow's beating him as far as Cincinnati's inability to protect him for the first 5 seasons of his career has been abhorrent. And it's resulted in injuries, multiple injuries. So sad news for Joe. I like Joe. And AMAC had Joe Burrow on his team. So I think just sadness all round for everyone involved.
Extremely sad. Extremely sad. So he's gone down. We've also, obviously, we had Brock Purdy last week. He ended up missing with a toe. He's out for multiple. JJ McCarthy, high ankle sprain, out for multiple. Probably a good thing for the Vikings right now.
Yeah, it wasn't looking right.
We've also got Jaden Daniels under a big injury cloud on a sprained knee. Justin Fields in concussion protocol, might not get up. Am I missing one more? Or what? I think that's everything.
Oh, there was so many. Did you say Jones, Aaron Jones, hamstring?
Oh, sorry, I thought to my quarterbacks. Apologies.
Oh, just quarterback. Yeah.
Just quarterbacks there. Or Aaron Jones is the other one. I think we're pretty unscathed at the RB position and the wide receiver position, to be honest, though. That's actually come away all right at the moment.
Not too bad. Not too bad. What am I doing here? Yeah. No injuries on your team, Blairy, so far?
Just Jaden with the questionable at the moment. So that's a big danger if he's out. And I just, as we saw, which we'll talk about, I just gave up Daniel Jones, probably one of the best covers so far.
Yes.
So if Jaden Daniels missed, I'm staring down the barrel of it, I think.
That would be tough. No, yeah, getting rid of your backup hurts a lot. All right, Blairi, injuries aside, there is always action happening in our leagues. So, continuing with our news and notes, we've seen a few trades this week. And I've heard, again, a couple of mentions here around the boys in Division 3, but you reckon it's going off down there?
There's been 3 trades in that league this evening. I got involved. One of the boys got fleeced by Aaron Bobanks, so good on him. It's good when someone gets fleeced, and there's a possibility AMAC might have got fleeced in Division 1 as well. We can touch on that. Also, Timothy Code looking like he may have well and truly been dry-fisted.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So there's plenty of trades going on. I'd like to say for Div 1, congratulations, boys. 3 trades already. That's big after 2 weeks. Very good stuff. Division 3, just trying to build on that brand as a podcast. Got to include the people watching live. There's about 7 at the moment. So I'd like to say to Toe, Jake Harrington, who I sent Marvin Harrison Jr. to and received Justin Fields back because I'm in absolute turmoil. I hope Kyler Murray continues on his wayward ways of being a pathetic little midget. Outside of that, congratulations, Aaron. You've royally fleeced Richo. So, yep, well done, boys. Let's continue on, Aaron. That's enough for that. Yeah.
That sounds like
brand building, but one step at a time. We don't want to go too hard and stir away from why we're on here, and that is for the unanimous majority, Division 1.
Well, there's been a couple of trades up in that league, as you said, as well, between myself and Cody. We had a trade late last week. A little bit of a, back end of the roster trade. I moved Dylan Sampson over to him and got Cam Scatterboo back in return. So 1 for 1, rookie for rookie. I said I'm basically willing to sit on Scatterboo for a bit and see if he ascends to any volume in that backfield in New York, whereas Sampson sort of has a role cut out immediately in Cleveland, and it's just a matter of how much value that really is from a fantasy sense. But it looked like this week that maybe Scatterboo's getting a little bit more involved, which is what I wanted and what I sort of foresaw. So it could be good. But Samson also did get in for a touchdown, receiving touchdown. Very good receiving touchdown. So it's still
Aaron,
like this. It's still like this.
Let's not beat around the bush here, mate. You can congratulate yourself and give yourself a pat on the back. Big scat. He already has taken over that backfield, which is not great because their backfield is not great and their offensive line's shit. They're not a good team. But you've just found yourself a usable piece running back. Dylan Sampson, in 2 weeks' time, when Judkins is up and going, he's nothing. What's he going to do? Catch 3 balls a game and carry it 3 times? For fucking what? He's going to be on waivers, mate.
Oh, okay.
You've absolutely given Timothy Code a rogering. I'm sorry, Tim. I told you this today too because you called me and you said, what did you think of my trade with Aaron? And I said, I fucking remember calling Aaron and said, you just fleeced Timothy Code. So,
fair trade at the time. We'll see where it pans out after a month, which is what normally you got to give these things that time. But you talk about no offensive line in New York. Doesn't matter. Don't need an offensive line if people just can't tackle you.
nah.
And that's what Someone said Cam Scatterboo plays football like he wants CTE in 3 years, and I love it.
Their offensive line's so bad at run blocking, but he just fights for the yards. Now, Aaron, the big trade of the week, the monster, I wouldn't call it a monster, but the bigger trade of the week featured myself, the commissioner.
Yeah, I have to get involved. You're getting a bit antsy.
And Alex McIntosh. But funny that the big trade of the week was involved by the 2 shittest teams in the league currently, both 0-4 combined. I traded away Daniel Jones and Keishon Butte and received back Emeka Egbuka and Amari and Hampton. Do you want to get your first take at that first? What you think it means, and
I think
then
I
I'll
summed it.
give you my take.
AMAC's desperate. He has Joe Burrow, and his second quarterback was Bryce Young, with no backup on the bench. And so when Joe Burrow goes down, he's desperate. Danny Dimes sitting on your bench as your backup QB, hot priced commodity. And so in desperation, you've got a little bit of leverage over AMAC, and you've gone after some of his, I guess, highly touted rookies.
He did come to me.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
desperation. And you had the
Yeah,
leverage.
yeah.
You had the leverage. So, I mean, looking at first glance, you sort of go, it's Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
He was a bit yuck, but his points are good. He's playing in a good offense. This could be a sign of
I
things
think
coming.
he's-
AMAC
yeah.
needs it. You've taken the approach of, especially with Amari and Hampton, not playing fantastic at the moment, not putting huge fantasy points on the board. Najee may be coming back into the fold a little bit. So you're going to have to wait on him. I think he will
It's
be
a
good.
waiting game, absolutely.
Same with the Mecca. He started well, high reliance on touchdowns, Godwin coming back in, but the talent looks like it there. I said this to you, though, Blairy. I think you've thought ahead on this. You're 0-2. 0-2 this year isn't the same as 0-2 in previous years. You know why? Because we've moved to a six-man finals. So in my mind, I thought you're
Extra.
you're betting on the rookies coming good probably back half of the season, which traditionally is what they do. And with that, you'll be able to hopefully get the wins on the board in the back end of the season and carry that through. Whereas AMAC's looking more short term and saying, look, I'm stuffed. I need quarterback. I need something I can plug in there and get those points to fill that starting quarterback spot. And he needed Danny Dimes. And I think he's got a heap of other rookies and players there that he can sort of fill in for those guys in terms of their performance, certainly in the short term. So I really think this is a pretty even trade to start. Again, let's look back in a month and see how we feel. But it was exciting. Exciting nonetheless.
There was a big conversation about it. Took a few hours, back and forth.
Well, you called
as you said,
me ropeable.
I don't even want to.
You said you had a gentleman's agreement.
A gentleman's agreement.
Revoked the trade, and you called me up in a fit. And I thought, is everything okay? Is the family okay? Says he okay? Dog's okay? What's going on?
Worse. It was worse than that.
What's happened? And you laid it out to me that a gentleman's agreement had been broken, and that
I don't even think at that point I told you the trade. I didn't care. That wasn't the point. It was a gentleman's handshake in writing agreement. The trade was sent. It didn't work because of the dropping of players. So I said, sorry, mate, it got cancelled because I couldn't drop anyone. Our players were locked. I've sent it back just to square up the deal. And then he cancelled.
Yep.
And said, oh, I'm going to look elsewhere now.
And you were.
The hand was shook.
As dirty as I've ever heard you.
I was filthy.
As
Rolled
dirty
right
as
up.
But then, probably about half an hour later, a trade came through, and I was like, "Oh, they must have kissed and made up."
Yep. So I don't need any more rookies, Aaron. But when trades like this come to you, and on paper throughout the season, I should be in a better position. It's no short-term gain for me because I think Hampton sits on my bench. Ekbuka is handy, but Godwin's coming back. Jones is an important piece for me, especially as well, because if Daniels doesn't play this week, I'm fucked. So it was actually not as easy. In terms of the trade, like obviously on paper, I think I've won. I think most would say you've won, like Danny Dimes for two pretty touted players. But again, rookies, it's a long-term play. I just took the gamble that hopefully my QB's healthy and I've got good QBs already starting, and just hopefully I can fill one off waivers just to plug in the bye weeks, and I need to stay healthy. Like if Daniels goes down and I'm done anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get the reasoning. Exciting time for those early season trades. Always good to look back on in a few weeks. But Blair, I've got to move on.
Word on the chat right now, boys, with some brand building from Steve. Blairy might get relegated from Div 3 at this point.
I would love to see it too.
So,
As
which
I
would be
say,
sad.
said it in our league, boys. We've got to fight the Empire. Band together, do what you need to do some collusion, dodgy trades, back and forth. Got to take Blair down.
Well, we've got a
He can-
back-to-back winner in. We've got a back-to-back winner in Div 3, Columbo's brother. So we actually
The one that plays for Emerald? He played for Emerald?
yeah, he played for Emerald. He's back at Cranny now, but that dirty little dog,
I know that guy. I played against him last year.
Adrian.
I think it was. And I said, I played against a bloke that it's got to be Columbo's brother. And you're like, oh, Emerald? Yeah. I was like, it's an absolute dead ringer of him. Maybe with a little bit more hair. I'm not sure.
A slightly better rig as well.
He was a bit fitter. I thought.
Yeah.
Shape.
Nah, he's got a little bit. Don't give him any credit, but there's a bit more there
To back well, can he really climb the mountain and go three-peat? Hard to do. Very hard to do, Blairy. All right, Blair, we've got to move on. Let's jump into a quick recap of last week's games. We've already spoken about mine, but mine and yours, but just drilling the point home really gave you the business. It was a fight until the end. I'm glad that we have a kick and nerf in place because that really limited that. And yeah, never in doubt is what I want to say. Never in doubt. Next matchup I'm looking at here is Jack Attack versus Gib, who put up a decent score, Gibbo, 158, solid, but Jack put up 99. Is that right? We had 3 scores under 100 this week. Jesus.
3, and one of them was not me.
No, Jack got 99, lost 158. I think we spoke a little bit about it last week, but Gibbs' team's looking very solid. Out of the draft, his wide receiver room was elite, and then he just went ham on every mid-round running back you can think of, and he's found some pieces.
It's working at the moment, and it's making me sick, to be honest. I think right now, I reckon you on the schedule, you lost me. You good? Bit of an adjustment there. Yeah.
It's an adjustment.
I think on the schedule, you'd actually want to verse Gibb later in the season because I think some of these running backs don't stick. But I think at the moment they're sticking. So I think it's a good sort of setup at the moment. But I think down the track, like, is Chubb really? Like, does... hang on, I'm just going to bring up his team. Apologies.
He's got Javonte Williams, who looks
Javonte
good.
Williams flying at the moment.
Looks good.
DeAndre Swift, no issues with DeAndre Swift. They did work in... can you give me his name? Manungai.
Yeah.
They did work him in a lot more, so we got that one to worry about. Dobbins... Dobbins fine now, but when does RJ Harvey come in?
Yeah, that'll happen eventually.
So I think Gibbo at the moment, great spot to be in. Has capitalised, but is this, if you can build wins early, good on him. But is this a season long thing with his current setup?
I think Javonte Williams looked great. I'd see him going anywhere if he maintains that. And Tony Pollard, I think, is the one. He's got 2 guys who I think are going to probably be the ones all year. And then it's like, okay, can DeAndre carry the load? Dobbins, Chubb, these guys. Maybe, maybe not. He only needs 2 of them because he's got the wide receivers. So, yep, not bad by Gibb. On the other side, we had Jack, who had a real bad one.
His bad quarterbacks reared their ugly head, mate.
Yeah, it always hurts. Always hurts.
He got what did he get? It says a 0 off Geno Smith, but something's obviously gone on with the scoreboard there.
Oh, yeah.
Because Justin Herbert's currently on 0 as well. So,
oh, what's happened? That must be capping their totals as well. So maybe Jack was over 100. I don't know.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't, because Gibb didn't score. Gibb scored 158, I'm certain of it.
Okay, so it's just their individual scores not
Yeah.
adding up. Yeah, look, Jack was one of the best teams, I thought, coming out. Just hasn't panned out quite yet. I still think on paper his team looks very dangerous. He just needs those quarterbacks to be okay and his superstars to fire. So I'm not counting Jack out just yet. I think maybe just a bit of a down week.
Alex McIntosh against Lee Kitchen. Jesus Christ. No, maybe the scores haven't added up. Oh, they can't have. Lee can't have been on 104.
I don't remember him being that low. Something's not working here.
Either way, we know that Alex was horrific and didn't
Yeah.
score well because he's only scored missing his Hampton and he scored about 3. So Alex didn't even score 90 something.
He went, well, he had the injury, obviously, to Joe Burrow. He's gone with the rookies, and the rookies never traditionally, they don't.
Look what's happened with the 2 teams that went the rookies.
We remember the guys that come out of the gate firing. We remember them. But they're few and far between, those sort of operators. They're very special players.
Or they take a while to get. They take a month to get going.
No,
Like
that's what I
Justin
mean.
Jefferson, his rookie season, he didn't get going to week 5, and then he went berserk.
Most guys take a little bit of time. Saw some stats about players through 2 weeks. I think Bucky Irving last year was averaging like not even 5 points per game.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks. In his rookie season, I think Devin Achan had 5 snaps in the first 2 weeks before going off. So
Me and Amax teams are built
rookies
on. We're built on this, but the problem is, are we going to be too far back by the time our teams get going? That's going to be the problem.
how long they take to get going.
Yeah.
Will be the question. So yeah, bit to work on.
Andy gave Tim a Rogering this week, and I've spoken to Tim numerous times this week. He is as depressed as it gets. I said, Tim, you have a win. He said, I'd rather be you knowing you scored. I said, Tim, I don't have a fucking win. I don't think that's true. So he's not happy with his mob.
Yeah, and Tim was one of those teams this season, one of the best teams.
Yeah, you like Tim's too?
I wouldn't be too worried just yet. We're only 2 weeks in, and as you said, Tim's managed to snipe a win, even though he hasn't been scoring great. So I think it might just be a wait and see. He's the same. Ashton Genty hasn't fired. Devonta Smith hasn't really fired. Brian Thomas Jr. has been a bit low. So those guys, I think, can very quickly get back into it. So I wouldn't write himself off just yet, Tim. It's only week 2. Wait about till week 4. Then we'll see. Jersey sales.
Sorry?
Jersey sales team, who I thought was one of the worst, looked good.
Yep, it did look good.
Ra
155.
got 34 points. That'll help.
Yeah, that does help. And his quarterbacks bounce back. So we gave him a bit of shit about his quarterbacks where he drafted them, and Baker's got that dog. He's naughty boy Baker.
Aaron Jones is injured, isn't he? So he's going to need to find
that trade with Gibbo now doesn't look great.
No, it's really hurting him.
So he's going to have to play Jalen Warren, which is fine at the moment if you look at Jalen Warren's scores.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't start him, but he's got really Jalen Warren to put on and start with Kamara. So he needs that. He needs St. Brown to go berserk, really.
Or CD. He's got CD, Devontae Adams, Amon Ra. I think it's pretty
he's got
good
some
call.
guys. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see CD there because he was sitting in his flex. I missed that.
Yeah. So, yep.
And that's
looking not too bad.
That's the week 2 matchups.
No, we still got the Fat Stacks up against Ty. Ty went absolutely slap.
Fuck. Yeah, he's fucking.
Biggest score of the week against the Big Dirtson. And you know what? I said it at the start of the year. I didn't think his wide receivers were very good. And I think that's what's hurting him a lot.
Ty's fucking. Ty, I'm going to say it right now. Is Ty got the new triad for 2025?
He very well could do.
Travis Etienne, James Cook, and Saquon Barkley. Is that the new triad?
It could be. I mean, then you back that up with Nico Collins, Garrett Wilson, and Roma Dunze. He's got Patrick Mahomes running the ball.
And Caleb, it looks not great, but he uses his legs. He's scoring with his legs.
His floor is very strong because of the running, yeah.
And I've gone with the
scary team.
I've given Ty a lot of credit this week. Oh, mate, I look at this and go, well, Ty's not missing finals. It's the 6th man.
6 or 7 yards of carry last week on limited touches, but yeah.
Ty's been in the 16 years we've been in this league. He's been in 6 Super Bowls without a win.
Yeah.
So he is very due, and this team looks good. Yeah, exactly. Well done, Ty. Cam a bit of a lull, but I think Cam didn't hey, Derrick Henry ain't going to score 2 every week, is he? Like,
no,
he got the 2 off Deza, and Justin Fields got knocked out.
Yeah, but I look at his team and think, who are the guys that can go off on his team, right? As I said, I think Derek Henry and
Derrick
Jonathan
Henry,
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor,
Awesome. And outside of
Jalen
that,
Hurts.
like his wide receivers, maybe Pickens. Pickens looked not too bad last week. It was a long game, little bit of a bump because of overtime. Tucker Craft, I guess. I don't know. I just wonder with some of those receivers, Harrison, DK Metcalf, DJ Moore. I'm wondering how high their ceiling is this season. Happy to be proven wrong, but at this stage, I'm sticking to my guns and saying that they're a little bit limited. Anyway,
Now, we've got 10 live right now.
ooh,
The brand is building. Now, considering they're on, 1 minute is going to be spent right now, boys.
ooh,
Adrian Russo, 2-0. Nicholas Russo, 2-0. Dan Martins, 2-0, leading the league. Down the bottom, myself at 0-2. Aaron Bobanks at 0-2. And Braden Roscoe at 0-2 with some work to do. I just want to say, boys in Div 3, we must band together and stop the three-peat. It cannot be allowed. Whatever collusion needs to be done must be done, because Big Schnoz Russo, Adrian himself, cannot be taken to the promised land for 3 straight years. And I'm looking at everyone in this league, including you, Richo, who you just fucking sold half your team for a fucking bag of chips. We must defeat Adrian. Anyway, back to Div 1. Sorry, mate.
I like that little cutaway. Remember, guys, that's the second objective for the season. Number 1, Larry Bottom. Larry relegation. And old Schnoz not the three-peat. Three-peat's hard to do, though. All power to him if he can do that. Has anyone done that?
What was that?
Has anyone done a three-peat?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Wait, hang on. Someone's done a three-peat. I can't remember the name. It was a long time ago, back in ancient times. It was. I had my hairline was well straighter when you won your last flag.
They all count. Right, Barry. As we do every Wednesday, because they run on that day, obviously, we've got to go through our waivers, and we've got to hit your favourite soundbite, or certainly top 3. Bit of auction action.
So let's get the auction underway. On the first cow here, who's got 55, 55, 55, no, say no, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, 59, 60, 60, 60, 60, 1, 1, 60, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 8, 4, 4 now, 4 now, 5, 5 now, 4, 4, 4 now, half, 64, 4 now, 5, 5, 5, 65, 5 and a half, 5 now, quarter now, 5, 75, now, 75, 65 now.
Waivers, boys.
Larry. Run me through them. It's the bottom. What
Just
have we
loading
seen?
up. Just loading
Big
up, mate.
spins.
I've gone a bit too hard again. I'm panicking.
What have we got?
First off the rank, Big Mac Daddy A-Mac. He's brought in Wandale Robinson for a big $19 spend. So good on him. Congratulations. I think Wandale's looked very good. He's been a decent receiver. He had 92 catches last year.
He did. A lot of them were like
Behind,
yeah,
I understand. But we have a guy throwing the ball down the field now.
Alongside your. So look, it's a decent spend, but Amac's in a position where he needs to bring guys in.
He did give up Egbuka, like that flex type player, to myself in that trade. So like maybe this is his match trade.
I don't mind. I think Gibbo did say that a $19 spend on Wandale Robertson reeks of desperation, but I'm not sure I agree. I
don't hate it. Through 2 weeks, he's had 18 targets.
That's what I mean. He's been involved, and Russell's throwing the ball. So,
And what do they say? Let Russ cook.
Let Russ cook. Let him throw it into double coverage.
Unlimited.
Hope some catches.
Kitch, Cam, unsuccessful. Bad luck, boys. Andy Ellis, harder than I thought here. He's dropped JJ McCarthy and then brought in his replacement for $15.
His replacement? Oh, Carson Wentz. He has
Carson
$15.
Wentz.
Ooh.
So no one. I did a $1 bid on Wentz, but I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it.
Is he predicting? Because I'd prefer to bring Carson in if you're holding. But he's dropped JJ.
Drop JJ. Maybe there's a prediction that he does. I did speak to him and gave him a little bit of my thoughts and opinions, but I didn't think he'd take it that literally.
Is he suggesting that Carson Wentz could win this job with the couple of weeks that JJ might be?
He hasn't looked good, JJ.
He hasn't looked good. But are they going to sit him for the rest of the year? Carson Wentz would have to do a good job. Big call.
Anyway,
Interesting call.
Big spend by Andy. I've brought in Sam Darnold for $14. Didn't love it. I shouldn't have gone that high, but I needed a backup. I've got to buy in 2 more weeks. So
Did anyone else bid on him?
No, which is disappointing. Again, very disappointing. But I checked out the matchups for all the guys on waivers, and I needed something which was going to resemble playable in week 5 because Jordan Love's on bye.
Okay.
So after losing Jones, I've looked ahead. So there we go. AMAC's gone a $12 spend on Troy Franklin. No, he hasn't. Oh, no, unsuccessful. Sorry. Apologies by me. He hasn't done that. Kitch got Franklin for $7. I looked at the wrong box. So AMAC didn't get Franklin because he got someone else. So Kitch has got Troy Franklin for $7. I don't hate that in this double flex league. He has got the targets.
He's being used.
You've had a little dabble here, and I don't hate it because he's getting targets. Jake Ferguson for $11. You're a bit coy with me today because you sounded like you weren't going to get a tight end. I'm going to stick with fucking Mark Andrews.
I'm still playing Mark Andrews this week. Mark Andrews playing. Fergie's on the bench. So.
And I've gone the same spend on Zachary Ertz, which feels disgusting, but maybe a little Daniel stack there might help me out a bit.
Did anyone bid against either of us on tight ends for $11?
Again, no. Disappointing. I'm throwing away Fab at a rapid rate here. I've got nothing left. I've got about $20 left.
That's what happens when you're down early in the season.
But just quickly, once you've made your call that you're out on these running backs, whoever gets injured, you might as well spend it all because I'm not going to win bids on a $70 running back.
That's true. Once you're under that, you're like, oh.
Yeah, might as well go. AMAX brought in Rashad White for $8. I don't hate it if they get mixed in again. Maybe helps you out if you're a bit short at RB.
He did get used last week.
Yeah. Got the touchdown at the end of the game, but I think that was more of a designed run to trick the defense than not thinking they're going to run.
Yeah. Good handcuff too.
Yep. Cam's brought in the Falcons D for $5. I've brought in Buccaneers defense for $3. You've brought in the kicker. The kicker game, always a very, very tough game to play. And AMAC again's gone with Matt Prater. I think AMAC's made 5 moves this week. That's what happens when you're under pressure.
He's a busy boy.
And that is waivers, boys.
Sold your way, 65 and a half. 21, Andy Rock, 21, Rockstar, 21. Cattle, and we got some cows here to start. Who's got 72?
I just could listen to that for hours.
What
I miss?
AMAC has dropped Joe Burrow post waivers. AMAC's dropped Joe Burrow.
Apologies. I'm looking at the offers report, so it doesn't show post
I'm just
waivers.
Seeing here all the actions. Joe Burrow has officially gone to waivers, which is a sad moment.
Too. That is miserable.
For football in general. He's brought in the bill instead. So
that's miserable. I got guys in other leagues like trying to sell Joe Burrow to teams that'll make finals. It's fucking week 2. Joe Burrow ain't coming back.
Unless,
he's probably not coming back.
Probably not coming back. He's probably going to be fantasy irrelevant, no matter what.
Yep. That's
right,
waivers,
Larry,
boys.
We do have one last thing on waivers. You do need to give us Blairy's waiver wonder kicker of the week. Because I think week 1, bit of a miss. Much like the kicking in general. One miss. I like that one.
Yeah, much
like the kicking this year, Blairy, you've been hit miss. You missed the first week, but you hit last week.
Fucking hit last week. And you know how good I hit? I'm so angry that I didn't pick it up myself because he's now the number 1 kicker in the league.
There you go. You got to trust your gut, Blairy. Trust your gut. Who have you got for us this week? Who's your waiver wonder kicker? If someone is out there looking for a kicker on the waiver wire, who should they be eyeing off as a potential match winner?
The number 1 team in football at the moment, off to a hot start. The Green Bay Packers up against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns have a very good defense.
They do have a great day.
Green Bay will move the ball, don't get me wrong, but I think they're going to have many opportunities to kick field goals. I reckon Brandon McManus, fire him up into your lineup if you need a wonder kicker of the week, boys. Brandon McManus.
Very good. I do like keeping an eye. It makes me giggle. I think it was last week. Purds
Picked him up
on
again.
the Thursday, picked him up, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's listening in.
I actually told him, and he goes, fuck, that's 2 weeks in a row, and you moz me week 1. So he stuck with it.
All right, Blairy, as we do every week, we've got to finish off the episode with matchups for this week. Week 3, it feels like every week getting a little bit more.
Mate, your season's fucked. I'm playing you this year.
Yes, as Cody said. Who are we going to talk through first, Blairy?
On the list first, let's knock me on the head. We got a bit of a brotherly matchup this week, myself versus Gibbo. So I've got a tough schedule to start the year off. It hasn't been good.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to maybe we do a minute on each team, just a quick minute.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm petrified. I don't think I've got the goods to go against Drake May and Justin Herbert this week, especially if Daniels is under an injury cloud. I'm trotting out some real sketchy blokes. Deebo Samuel, Kyle Pitts, Chase Brown without Burrow. Jameson Williams had his big week last week, so is he going to have 2 in a row? Some very interesting cats are really being thrown out this week for me to get to 1 and 2 instead of 0 and 3, and I'm very scared. Gibbo's got Tyreek on Friday, Jamar Chase, Drake London, who hasn't fired yet. He's royally due. Javonte, Bijan Robinson Williams. He doesn't have Bijan, but Javonte might as well be Bijan. Bucky Irving. And I think I'm in a sneaky one here, actually. Jawan Johnson, get absolutely fucked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not winning. I'm 0-3.
I think you're in a really tough spot here, Blair. I think, mate, your season's fucked. You're playing Gib. Yeah, Gibbs teams look strong, and
Mate, your season's fucked. I'm playing you this year.
You've got a really mixed bag team.
And I think I'll score right again, but it's just not going to get it done.
Yeah, is Gibbs' ceiling gonna pop again? And he hit it. Your bench is so funny with how many rookies you have on your bench.
Oh, it's disgusting. And I didn't. It's not like I wanted to bring in Nick Booker and Hampton to add to the fucking headache. But when you get those sort of trades, it's just fucked.
You're gonna need a big week from your quarterbacks and your superstars. Malik's gonna have to go off again.
Good luck against KC and fucking what's their corner's name again? Mc something. What's his name again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Used to be at Tennessee.
I don't know.
Schneed.
Oh, yeah.
Sneed. Mc something. McSneed.
You got JMO up against Baltimore though. Our secondary will no doubt give up a giant.
Where are you at with your secondary? Because I was nervous about that start. Are they putrid?
They're not putrid. It takes a while to get things working for some reason with our team. So they looked a bit better last week across the board, but I still feel against you guys we're going to give up a giant touchdown to someone, and it's probably be JMO. So you'll need that. You'll need that sort of stuff to beat.
I'm tipping Gib.
Next
matchup, Kitch versus yourself. The chat TDP against the Kitch pack. You're in fine form at the moment, Aaron. It's going to be hard to go past you. Kitch is trotting out the likes of T. Higgins now with a downgraded quarterback. Quinton Johnston against an okay Denver D. Needs a touchdown to score. I think Waddles.
Quinton Johnson. Just realised.
Yeah, like that. But this is where Kitch is batting at wide receiver.
Hang on. Is Kitch still rostering? Do we know what happened to Austin Eckler?
Yeah, he did his Achilles.
Why is he on his team?
Because people are inept.
Kitch,
But Kitch is very sentimental, and he's loved Austin Eckler since the day Kitch was born and Austin Eckler was born. Obviously, they must have a fucking child together or something. But he could be there just for morale.
He's not coming back this season, if ever again. I don't know. So, as sad as that is, it's not nice to see that with any player, especially a player that's been a good player and fantasy asset in general. But you got to bring something else in.
Lamar Jackson fingers the Detroit Lions. Dak Prescott cooking against Chicago. You've got Achane that could pop off. Jordan Mason steps into a running back one role. Puka Nakua is flying against Philly, but it doesn't matter with Puka because he's so good. You're winning. Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, you always feel like after a couple of
3-0 makes me sick.
Might be due a down week, though, which against Kitch is never good because he always scores all right, I feel. So, fingers crossed.
Kitch's team's fine, but I just think you're just going to get him this week. I think his matchups and stuff don't work for him in his favour. Andy versus Jack, a little real friendship rivalry, a bridal party rivalry, I'd like to call it. Just a quick glance here. There's not a heap of superstar quarterbacks floating around. We've got Baker, who obviously the dog in him.
Baker does that.
I think.
Jersey Sales has put Pittman in. I like that move. Oh.
No, I like it. I think just without breaking this down too far, this is a very close matchup, but Jack will be rendered useless if his quarterbacks don't score again. So,
yeah,
as much as Gibbs and McCaffrey are very nice, then like Gibbs goes up against Baltimore in Baltimore, doesn't feel super. Terry McLaurin hasn't fired. Mike Evans gets the Sauce Gardner treatment.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Andy, CD, Amon Ra. Mayfield's it is a tough one. I'm going to go with Andy though. I just think Jack didn't show enough last week. He showed what he can be, and that's not good.
That's not good. I am going to say that again. We had Jack as one of the best teams at the start of the year, and Jersey Sales is one of the worst coming out of the draft. I'm going to stick fat. I think Jack gets the win here. I think he gets some big scores finally off the likes of AJ Brown, McCaffrey, Gibbs even. So I think it's going to be a very close game. So I'm going to go with Jack. Last
Next one, boys. No, we've got two more.
Second last.
We have Ty against AMAC. Now, I don't want to spend more than 10 seconds on this. But AMAC, your season's fucked.
You're playing.
You're playing Ty this week. And Ty's team is I think miles ahead of everyone at the moment. And things change in fantasy, but just right now, it's Ty, then a gap, then the rest. You're up there. You're playing well, but I think Ty's have got a better team than you currently in its current form.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be able to tip against Ty's team, but AMAC's team now on paper still looks.
It's fine, but he's just not beating Ty.
He's not beating Ty, but he's covered the guys that he's
traded. Yeah, he brings in Tet, Jefferson, Stevenson looks like he's still starting. He's got Daniel Jones and Bryce Young. He can make that work. He's still got Tyler Warren, a great tight end as a rookie. Keenan Allen to bring on. I think he should be playing Keenan Allen personally. I think someone else needs to manoeuvre.
He's leading the Chargers targets, isn't he?
I think Keenan Allen needs to come, especially if Patrick Surtain doesn't play.
Definitely.
So I think Ty wins, but I reckon AMAC's team this week actually doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, but it might take a step.
Yep. Last matchup of the week, boys. We've got 2 1-1 teams. Cam versus Timmy. For me, Tim's team, the fact that he's got to start Isaiah Pacheco and is excited about it makes me sick. Devontae Smith against a great Rams defense. They're not passing the ball. Like, the fact he's got to start those guys. Cam's trotting out. Derrick Henry on a bounce back against the Lions. Jonathan Taylor against Tennessee. Fields if he plays. Hurts if he plays. Does Harrison or Metcalf? It's pretty simple Cam for me this week. Cam will bounce back with probably a 140 plus, and I think, don't get me wrong, Tim's got BTJ, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Bijan Robinson. He's got some stars. He's got some good scoring guys, but just you don't want to be trotting out Devonta Smith and Pacheco where they could both be getting your 4s or 3s. There's just nothing there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But I look at this and I say,
Does Juwan Jennings have to come on for one of those two? Surely.
I think Juan Jennings looked good last week. I think he has to come on. I also think, Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor are a formidable duo. But Bijan can certainly keep pace. And there's been a little bit of talk about Ashton Genty, slow starts, some bits of film about him, missing blocks and stuff. I just wonder if this is the week that he pops off and can level out that matchup. And then it comes down to the receivers and flex. And I think if Tim puts one on maybe Pacheco, it looks a bit better. Maybe. He has to make that decision. But I think this might be a closer game than you think. And I'm going to go Cody. I'm going to go with Cody in a very
What?
fair. I'm going with Cody in a
You're off Cam's receivers hard, aren't you?
He's got to bring one on. I think.
Whew.
But
This is unbelievable.
They cannot run the ball in Kansas City, so I don't think Pacheco can start. You're just hoping that he just falls in the end zone, but it could be any of the other guys. There's also
This is This is the upside down again. Oh, good luck, Tim. I hope for your sake, Aaron's right. I think you're in big trouble this week. I think Fat Stacks brings it to you. That's the matchups, Aaron.
That's all our
That's the show.
matchups. So we wound it up. 50 minutes, not bad this week, Blair.
Yeah, it was. I had 7 minutes by myself to start the fucking show off. So
You did, yeah, sorry about that. It was a bit of a kerfuffle to start, but we got there, Blairy. And look, we're going from strength to strength. The production quality is increasing. The button clicking's getting better by you. Next week we will be bringing a guest on.
Special guest will be there.
Special guest this week. Special guest. We feel like we've got the tech up and running, and we can do these types of things. So we'll have our special guest plus all of our usual segments that everyone loves at home. But Blairy, as I have to say every week,
The tech has dropped off.
the tech is it's just wavering. Those in Div 3, those in Div 1, may the gods be with you, because you'll need them. But not you, Blairy. Not too much.
Just one win, come on. I need one in one of these leagues. Fuck, I need one.